Good morning.
Hello,
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. I'm Wendy Coker. I'll be your therapist here at the Counseling Center. And what's
Okay.
your name?
My name is Taylor Smithy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just call me Taylor.
Oh, okay. Well, you can just call me Wendy.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we start anything, I like to go over our confidentiality policy.
Sure.
Okay. So in here, I want you to feel free to be able to tell me anything that you're feeling or anything you're experiencing or thinking. That way, we can help you a little better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything you say in here stays in here between you and me.
Okay.
Okay? There are a few times that I do have to break that confidentiality, and I want to explain those to you. The first one is if you intend to harm yourself.
Okay.
Okay? That means that if you have a plan to carry that harm out. Now, I want you to feel open to talk to me about harming yourself if you are having those feelings.
Okay.
But if you don't have a plan, then I don't have to say anything to anybody.
Okay.
The next thing is if you intend to harm someone else. And then I have the duty to warn that person or the proper authorities
Okay.
about that. Okay? And then the third thing is if you disclose abuse or neglect to a child, an elderly person, or a disabled person. Any questions about that?
No, makes sense.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set an agenda for our session. That way you
Okay.
kind of know what to expect and what's coming, because I know that might make you a little nervous if you don't know.
Okay.
So today, I want to kind of explain my role as a therapist and tell you how we'll be doing things, and then I would like for you to tell me what you expect of me as a therapist.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we're going to do a mood check. We're going to talk about whatever problem that you're facing that you want to speak to me about. We're going to do some homework. We're going to set some goals. And then we're going to summarize the session. And then I'm going to see if you'll give me some feedback about what you think about the session.
Sure.
Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay, great. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and get started. I want to talk about my role first. My role as your therapist is to each session try to guide you through our sessions and talk to you about your feelings. And I'm probably going to be asking you some pretty hard questions.
Okay.
And so when I start asking questions, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just trying to get to the feelings and the thoughts behind those feelings.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, good. So what are your expectations out of therapy, or what do you think you know about therapy?
I really don't know a lot. This is my first session, but my main expectation would be I just want to feel better.
Mhm.
I've been feeling really depressed lately, and I want to feel better.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that's definitely some things that we can work on. Okay. Now you said that you wanted to feel better. Now, as a therapist, it's my job to work with you to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So I can't do all the work. You've
Right.
got to help out a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. Great. So, you said that you were feeling a little depressed last week. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're talking about being depressed, explain to me what you mean.
Just really sad. Been really down, no energy, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
So down and sad and no energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week, you said last week was pretty bad for
It
you.
was.
Okay. On a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being feeling really good and 10 having the worst depression, where would you say you were?
Probably last week I was probably at a 4.
A 4? Okay. So this week, where are you at on that scale?
Probably, probably at a 5.
So you feel a little worse today than you did last
Yeah.
week? Okay. So, tell me about why you feel like you're feeling depressed.
I just feel depressed because I don't really have any friends. I don't have any support. It's just I'm by myself all the time. I have no one to really talk to,
Mhm.
no one to go to the mall with or anything. It's just I go to work and then I go home and it just gets really old.
Okay, I'm gonna write some of that down so I know what to talk to you about and get it right with what you said. So you're saying you feel like, are you saying that you don't have any friends and you don't have any support and you're by yourself?
Right.
So when you start feeling these ways, what's a thought that you might have that accompanies those?
Probably just that I'm not worth anyone's time, really, that I'm
Mhm.
useless.
Okay. So the thoughts of no friends, no support, and by yourself, and you feel like you're useless. Is
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
correct? So after stating all these that you had said, what do you think a goal that you could work on for next week would be with these in mind?
Maybe just having better thoughts, maybe.
So you want to have better thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the therapy that we use is based around thoughts. Okay. So you automatically thought that you were by yourself, correct?
Right.
Okay. So in cognitive based therapy, what they talk about, probably easier if I draw something out for you.
Okay.
You usually start off with a situation.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have a thought about the situation. And then you have a feeling about that thought.
Okay.
And that feeling usually produces a behavior.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so when you were having these thoughts of you didn't have any friends, you were going to be alone, what was happening? Do you remember?
I was just, nothing was really happening. I was just at home by myself.
Okay, so you were at home by yourself, and that's when you started having those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after you had the thoughts, how was your feeling? Or what were you feeling?
Really depressed and sad.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is maybe do some homework around those thoughts and those actions that were going on. So in this column, I want you to, whenever you have a thought like that, like I'm alone or I don't have any friends, I want you to write that thought down, okay? And then right here is the action.
Okay.
Tell me what you were doing. Like you said that you were at home by yourself, not doing anything.
Right.
Then I want you to write that down, okay? And then maybe later on in the next few sessions, we'll talk about the behavior that it causes. Okay? I think that's too much right now. I think we just need to do with this.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the homework?
No, I understand.
Okay, good. Okay. So really that's the session for today. And today we actually we did quite a bit. We talked about the therapy we're going to use. We talked about what automatic thoughts were. And we talked about your problem. You feel like you're depressed, correct? Okay. And then we gave you some homework too.
Right.
Okay. So how do you feel about the therapy session?
I think it went really good. I really like how we set an agenda at the beginning. I like how you left it up to me to kind of talk about what I wanted to talk about. And I feel better, yeah. I think it was really good, and I think the homework will be helpful too.
Okay. Was there anything that you might do differently?
No, I think the session went really well.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So we'll see you here next week. Okay. About 4 o'clock?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, on Wednesday?
That's fine.
All right. Well, it was really nice to meet you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.